Did someone say Banff Summer Jam?
Well, we have a traffic plan.
Hello, everyone. We are the students of BCIT, and my name is Divya.
My name is Alex.
My name is Ida.
Okay, so let's get right to it. We're proposing two solutions for two problems. I'll speak to the first one, which is vehicle traffic congestion. We believe the root cause of this is the overflow of parking lots, particularly the one in the intercept lots north of town. And we believe a solution to this would be to give drivers an idea of how many cars are parked there already. And from there, they can make decisions with this prior notice about making other decisions where to go. In a practical sense, we suggest using occupancy sensors. These sensors are going to be stationed over each parking stall of a main lot. And what it will do is detect a car. It will relay to a computer that there's a car here or there's not a car here. And these sensors will all the data from these sensors will be aggregated and it will be counted. And the computer will have knowledge of the max number of stalls in this lot, and it will compare the aggregate amount of taken stalls to this max amount. And from there, the computer will communicate this information to digital traffic signs, and more importantly, a dashboard, let's say a web service. This graphic is important here. So there is infrastructure that's involved with it. I believe the best solution would be to put the sensors overhead. In terms of the detailed technicalities of the sensors, those could probably be better determined by testing, lots of testing. And this also does involve scripting. I'll be honest, they don't teach us a fair amount of scripting at BCIT, but based on what we know, it will involve that. And let's get to the GIS and mapping.
Okay. So we have identified that installing indicators or signage before the Banff exits and entrances would be a good way to notify visitors. But how do we solve this issue of installing the indicators themselves? We came up with a proposal to solve the issue with a site suitability model in using GIS methods. In this example, we've used roads and road junctions. We are working with a small data set here. We're just focusing on highways and the junctions on the highways. So we are using a distance of, let's say, 1 kilometer to notify visitors that the parking lots are full or at capacity. This model, a model like this could include additional factors such as high traffic areas, and we could also utilize it within the town itself. And it also has a functionality of customization, which would be to adjust the threshold. What it would look like is like this. So we took out major junctions that were to enter the town of Banff. And then we created a threshold of 1 kilometer around those junctions where we would install the indicators showing the parking lots are full or half empty or whatever the capacity is. And then once we tell visitors that the parking lots are full, we don't want them to go back. We want them to still visit the town. So we sort of decided to extend the functionality of our model by using the indicators to find out what are the closest parking lots around those indicators where visitors could park. And then they could figure out an alternate route to get into the town. For that, we are proposing maybe something like bike rental racks. All this data can be combined on a dashboard that would look something like this. It's a sample dashboard. Forgive me for that. But it would have a gauge, a parking gauge that would show how full a parking lot is, and also have live cameras to show the congestion, traffic congestion on the streets. An example of where the bike racks could go would be somewhere close to the parking stalls that we found. For example, in this model, we used those two indicators and figured out which parking lots were around a kilometer or less than 2 kilometers from the indicators, and proposed something that would be installed around those parking lots. And then visitors can decide to take bikes from there and get into the city.
So we mentioned bike sharing service. The important thing to note about this is it does increase foot traffic, but it decreases vehicle traffic. The solution is to build lots further from town in biking distance, not in walking distance. And also it would require trails too. But yes, it would reduce vehicle traffic. And onto the foot traffic.
As we talked about this, from May to September, many tourists are moving to Banff and visiting the city, and that causes overcrowded parking lots, crowded sidewalk, pathways, and also overwhelms the restaurants and businesses. And all this happens because it's inefficient tourist movements and environmental impact. In order to solve this issue, we came up with an idea to develop an app that encourages tourists to walk around the city instead of just drive around the city. Or the app, how the app works is it encourages them to take steps, and the more steps they take, it gives them discounts. So it gives them points. They can use those points to get discounts at local businesses. It encourages them to drive. So it encourages them to park far away in parking lots that are far away from downtown and walk towards the city. They can get extra points for that. This is an example of the routes available in the app. We have pre-designed routes. They can choose which one they want to take. They can start from point 2, for instance, and go in a loop all around back to point 2. They go through a scenic route, and the benefit of this is to vary from the bare street, which gets very crowded in summer. We also give them extra points by taking these routes during rush hours, like during like peak hours when tourists are going out to restaurants or like enjoying the city in bare streets. So if they take these routes during those times, they're gonna earn more points. They can go back to the city, go back to the street, and enjoy their discounts for local businesses. How it is related to geomatics? So we are using GPS, spatial analysis, GIS, to map these routes. We create heat maps of the city, and we're going to analyze foot traffic patterns, integrating LiDARs, satellite imagery for better urban planning insights. And also, more importantly, we are using gyroscopes and accelerometer to detect movement patterns that tourists are taking. For tourism improvements, we're encouraging visitors to have fun in an interactive way. We're highlighting scenic routes and advertising local businesses. This encourages them to go back to the city and spend more time in Banff. Sorry. So for benefits, benefiting the residents, it reduces traffic congestions, and it encourages them to walk around the city instead of driving. Benefits businesses by directing the tourists from the busiest streets to the side, and then, well, after they're done, they can come back to the street, enjoy. So it avoids overwhelming businesses. For sustainability, it promotes eco-friendly tourism, and Banff is all about conservation goals, and this is aligns with that. For economic viability and feasibility, it is very cost effective. This technology already exists, so we're not paying anything extra for this technology. It also generates revenue through advertising the business, local businesses.
So how this all ties together is, this is an image that we used our friendly AI to generate for us. It's a app that would show not only all the incentives that were shown, but also a dashboard for the parking that I mentioned